Good morning. I don't think I vlogged anything on Friday or yesterday. Well, yesterday was Shabbat. I think I hinted at a slight sort of sore throat on Thursday, and that did get worse. Today's the first day I feel like it's not as bad, I'm not as sore. But on Friday I worked the whole day and then came home like just before Shabbat and then went out for supper, which was really lovely. And then yesterday I just did nothing all day. I stayed in my bed and I just had a very chill day and really listened to my body. I even had a nap. I never nap. I think I've spoken about this before, but I just felt like I just felt like I had to. And it was literally only, I think, a 40-minute nap. Like, it really wasn't very long, but I did just want to listen to my body and give it a chance to recover because I really don't want to be sick when I go to Holland. But what's interesting is it was a sore throat, and today it really feels like it's still a little bit, uncomfortable here, but it does also feel very much in the ears, which is really weird. But anyway, I'm gonna head off to work. And then I'm home, quite late tonight, and then I'm working again tomorrow. I've got busy days. So I'm not too sure when I'll see you again, but maybe this evening, we'll see. Bye! Hello, today has been a good but busy day and I'm about to head out to my grandma's because it was my great aunt's birthday recently, and so we're doing a big thing and I need to be there and I want to be there. I'm so glad I finally get to be a part of it because I've missed the last few gatherings because of work. So I literally just popped in earrings. I'm wearing a red dress under my warm jumper. I still have this cold. It has more or less totally moved up into the nose though, which has meant I've just been constantly blowing my nose, which is not much fun. But I'm hoping it clears out over the next sort of 24, 48 hours so that by the time I go to Holland, I'm all right. I don't know what I was going to say there. I don't know what sounds I just made, but hopefully you get the gist. So I'm going to head out and I will hopefully speak to you when I get home. I don't know what time it's going to finish. I'm hoping not too late. Like, I still need to work tomorrow and then go to a dance class and then pack and then go to Holland the next day early in the morning. And I've run out of milk, so I need to, and cereal actually, I've just realised. Maybe I didn't run out of milk. I think I did though. Yeah, I did. So I think breakfast will probably be bread with some Nutella, which I can't complain. I'm procrastinating by talking to you. I do want to go, but I just can't be bothered going outside again. Once I'm there, I'm going to be very happy, but I just can't be bothered leaving the house. But it's all right. It's going to be good fun once I'm there. And I'm sure there'll be lots of yummy food. So yay. Bye. On and focus. Yay. So you need to minimise it. Hello, I've just got back and it's just after 11, which is a little bit later than I would have liked. But I keep remembering this dance class. I keep forgetting and then remembering that I'm going to a dance class tomorrow straight after work. So I need to make sure I'm dressed appropriately and that I have the right stuff with me, including the right shoes. So even though I very much intend to go to bed, reasonably soon, I think I do just want to get my bag like somewhat sorted, just have the main things, the things I really can't forget, like my shoes, and that's mainly it really. I think that's the thing I'm panicking most about because I know I'm not going to wear the shoes that I am going to wear to the dance class. I did already quickly pick out earlier my clothes that I'm going to wear tomorrow, so I'm going to wear leggings that I'm wearing now and like make the transition easy enough for me. I will have time hopefully, but I just feel unprepared, and I feel unprepared for Holland, and I can't believe I've literally got like one more night and then I'm going. Well, 2 more nights, but like 1 more night to prepare and that's it. Oh, I should take out soup because I'm planning on having that for supper tomorrow night. Today was lovely. Today was so lovely. It was so chill. It was a really nice group of people. Food was good. It was, do you know what? It was mostly self-serve except the soup. And I love that because I could control the portions I was eating, and I have such a tendency when I'm at my grandma's, and I've spoken about this many a time on my channel, and I know that maybe it sounds really ungrateful because I know that there are so many people out there who don't get enough food and who live in poverty and struggle and everything along those lines. I'm totally aware of that, but equally I just find almost always that I end up feeling really sick at my grandma's and feeling overfed, and it just feels like a lose-lose really, because don't get me wrong, I always enjoy the food, like that's not something to complain about, but I don't enjoy the feeling of being full and overstuffed and unable to like move or anything. And also there's no point in having eaten that much, like it doesn't benefit me in any way. And I'm very much not a Weight Watcher. I'm very much not worried about, my own, like what I put into my body. I just kind of eat by feeling. And maybe one day when I'm 90, I'm going to regret that. But at the moment, I'm very grateful that that's my attitude and that I'm not so like self-conscious about the way my body looks.
So I'm not worried about like overconsumption in the sense of I'm putting too many calories into my body and now I need to burn them off. But it's just not necessary. It doesn't benefit me in any way. And don't get me wrong, I should be eating more now that I'm running more, I think. I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty sure that logically makes sense. But I still very much should not be overfeeding myself. And also I think more balance. I shouldn't have like 3 big courses in one sitting and then have like a small lunch and a small breakfast. It's not right. In fact, I feel like I read this thing somewhere or saw it on the internet somewhere probably about start with a big breakfast, medium lunch, and then small supper. And that's not even to do with running, that's just a general thing I think I've seen in life. And I don't know if it's true. It definitely doesn't get put into practice for me usually because in the mornings I don't want to take a lot of time to eat breakfast. I just want to have it and go. Before school, actually in Australia, they had these things called up and goes, which I used to drink. And it would literally take me like half a minute and that would be my breakfast. Wow, that feels like such a throwback. They were weird. So yeah, for me, breakfast is very much about like the least amount of time. But tomorrow it will be a slightly longer breakfast because I will need to wait for my bread to toast. But it's going to be worth it because I'm going to have Nutella with it and that is a win. My grandma keeps asking me to bring back hagelslag from Holland and I don't think I'm going to have space for it. Like I'm barely going to have space for myself to take anything, let alone anything for her. I might try and bring like 1 box for her and 1 box for me, but it's going to be tight. Right, I've just spent 5 minutes talking to you when I should be getting ready for bed and packing my bag for tomorrow and for the flight, but first for tomorrow. So I'm going to do that and I will probably see you tomorrow, I imagine, maybe. If we're not feeling too stressed when I get home. I need to book the coach as well. Oh my gosh, I need to check in. Oh my goodness, there's so much to do. We've got magic to do just for you. Hello, I've just come home. It's just after 8 and I'm home later than I thought I would be, but that's because the class was an hour and a half rather than an hour, so actually that's a win. And I did know that, I just forgot that when I was sort of planning my timings and expectations and things like that. So let's say it's 8 o'clock. And let's say I need to leave home at 5. I've got 9 hours. Can I do maths? Yeah, 9 hours until I'm leaving. I've not booked a coach. I've not prepared totally what I'm gonna wear. I sort of took a couple of things out that I might pack and wear, but I'm not like ready. I've not laid the clothes out, which I usually do. I did check in earlier today, so at least I've done that. Which, to be fair, if I was flying Ryanair, I only would be able to do it today. But with EasyJet, you've got a month. And my room is a mess and I need to do lots of like clearing things so that when I get back on Sunday, I don't even know. I'm going straight from the airport to work on Sunday and I don't think I finish work till 9 and then I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think. So I'd like the house to at least be, you know, somewhat nice, decent, shall we say. My cold today reached a new thing that I've not experienced very much in my life. First of all, I was constantly blowing my nose, but I've been there, done that many a time before. But I was genuinely starting to lose my voice. I don't think I've ever lost my voice, except when I was like a kid on camps. But even then I didn't fully lose it. I always tried to and I didn't. And the only other time I can really remember was when I was in my rehearsals for the Greek resort and it just like went. But it was very soon after COVID. We were mingling with a lot of people, some of whom also had COVID, and we were singing for 8 hours a day, every day. That was an awful day. I don't know if I vlogged that. I'm sure I did. But someone stole my Oyster card and it had like a decent amount of money on it. And so I wanted to call the Oyster TfL people and immediately sort of stop them from being able to use my card and transfer over the money onto a new card which they could send to me or I could pick up somewhere. But I had to call them before the rehearsal started and I finally got through to someone. It took a long time and it was like 10 minutes before rehearsals were starting and I got on the phone and I was trying to speak to them and literally no sounds were coming out. I was like, no, I'm here, don't hang up on me. So I had to like grab the nearest person and be like, please just talk to them. It was not fun, it was stressful, I did not enjoy that. So I have been trying to rest my voice as much as possible, but equally my job does entail sort of greeting people and also picking up the phone and speaking to people on the phone. And I think I have mentioned this before when I had a cold last time. When you pick up the phone, you don't know what sound your voice is gonna make. So most of my hellos were like really crackly and I just hoped that people put it down to the phone line, you know, like picking up and connecting. But I got through it. I didn't totally lose it, obviously. And now I intend to not, but it was really interesting actually. I obviously hadn't spoken to anyone before I got to work, and so I walked in and I think I said hello or thank you or something along those lines. I think it was hello. And basically no sound came out, and I was like, oh, that's what my voice is doing this morning, I guess. But it seems to be, I have had so much liquid today, and it does seem to be a bit better now, and I'm now going to finish talking and hopefully not talk again until, well, hopefully until I get to Holland. That's the plan. Actually, I might talk to my mum at the airport. All right, I'm gonna go and I will see you tomorrow, I guess. Wow, yay.
Hello. Oh, hello. It's 5 to 5 in the morning. I've had a terrible night's sleep. I think it's just like the nervousness, but I'm all ready to go. I just need to get my shoes off and then we're gonna go. Yay.
I am in Holland, and obviously my journey was good. I enjoyed flying EasyJet compared to Ryanair. Ryanair is great in terms of cheap and, you know, easy, but EasyJet does just feel that like tiny step up, and it is slightly more comfortable. But my flight was delayed by an hour, but we were already on the plane. So we literally spent, I think, 2 times as long on the plane on the ground compared to on the plane in the sky, because the journey itself is like 40 minutes. But I made it here, and then my father came to pick me up, which was so lovely, so exciting. And then we had like a 3-course lunch, which was really good, but ridiculous. And then we went to a type of shop, which I love, and it's cheap, and it's the kind of shop I wish was in London, because it would have been so perfect for when I moved. But alas, I just watched from afar. Then we came home, and I can't remember exactly what we did. We also spoke to my mum at some point in between. Oh, and then we went out to another family member, and that was nice. And then we went out. Oh, I had a call as well at some point during the day. After lunch, I had an important work call, and that went really well, I think. But it took longer than I was expecting. It took like 45 minutes, which I was not expecting. I thought like 20, maybe maximum 25. So that was, yeah, a long chat. But as I say, good, and I'll talk more about it in due course. And then we went out to eat supper. We went to a Thai place that we've been to before, and there were new dishes on the menu, and I was really tossing up between a few different things or the thing I always get. And I decided to get the thing I always get because my father was getting a different dish that I really wanted to try. And I did try it, but it was so spicy. I'm so glad I didn't get it. It was very tasty, but just I would never have been able to eat a full portion. But the portions were massive, so I'm expecting we'll have it again for supper tonight. And then we sort of just had a chill evening, just chatting to each other and, you know, just very chill. And then this morning, we went to the shop. Well, it was probably later than the morning. It was probably the afternoon. It was, again, a pretty chill morning. My only goal coming here was to see my grandparents and my father. Like, I was not here. I've seen Holland. I love Holland. I would love to go out and do things, but it's not a priority this time round. I haven't even told any of my friends that I'm here. It's very much about my family for this short trip. So anyway, at some point today, we went to the supermarket, and I'm really curious to know, if you've moved countries, if you find like a comfort in going back to the local supermarkets, because I don't know if it's that or if it's just that Dutch supermarkets specifically have really good stuff. But there is something about going into a Dutch supermarket that just brings me so much joy. And again, I'm unfortunately super limited on what I can take back. So I just bought 2 boxes of Flokke for myself and 1 box of hagelslag for my grandma, and some sugary things that I'm hoping to use for my runs. We'll see. But there's just so much, like I would have loved to buy some stroopwafels, but I can't take things with me. But yeah, I love Dutch supermarket. So that made me very happy. And then my grandfather likes to make albums. So we looked at an album that he made of our time in Spain together last year. And that was so lovely. It took us so long to go through it because it was so beautiful and like we were reminiscing about everything. So that was nice. And again, it's just been sort of chill, hanging out together. My father took an hour or so to do some work. So in that time, I sort of caught up on all these things I've not looked at like for a whole week, basically. A couple of emails and like YouTube stuff, and there's just a few things that I wanted to look through and sort through, and I've done that. And at the moment, everyone's out, which is obviously why I'm filming. So I think I'm going to try and edit a vlog if I can. I think that's my plan. But yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I'm feeling really good. I really oh my gosh, I was so emotional on the plane. I always feel like a hit when I come into Holland, but this was so much more dramatic. And I don't know if it's because my father was here, maybe that's it, or if it's, obviously my grandparents are getting older, maybe it's that. But there was definitely I wasn't crying, but I was very close to tears, which I've not been that emotional about coming back to Holland in a long time, since I left Australia. But it was very funny because it was very, very clouded here. And so you're coming through the clouds for a really long time as you're descending. And then by the time you do finally pop through the clouds, you are so close to the ground. Like you have no idea, like it's 2 more seconds and then you're landing. But it was sort of as we popped through the clouds that I was like, oh my goodness. And it was like a full wave of emotion. It was unbelievable. Anyway, I'm very, very happy to be here. I'm very happy I feel it. I feel how good it is for me. I'm happy to be with my family, of course. Like I mentioned that it didn't feel as desperate this time to see my father, especially as, you know, it has in the past, but it's still that like comfort, I guess. And I still very much appreciate that I've got the time now. And I'm very, I don't know what the right word is, but I think my soul still needed it. So yeah, I'm feeling really good. I'm very happy. And we will see what the next few days bring. But again, I'm not expecting much. I mean, Saturday is Shabbat, so we won't be doing very much at all. Sunday, I leave reasonably early. And tomorrow, I think we'll just see how we spend our day. So yeah, I just wanted to give that update. And I will see you, I don't know when, and I don't know with what, but I will see you at some point. Bye. Hello, I am back. I just got home. I'm wearing a new coat, you may notice, but I'm wearing my old one sort of wrapped around my waist. So I need to sort myself out, and then basically my main goals for tonight are, it's almost 9 o'clock. I left home at 9:30 Dutch time, so 8:30 British time. It's been a long 12 hours. I am going to organise myself enough so that I'm ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow after work I'm first working a full day and then I'm going to the theatre, which is lovely, but I need to like plan for that. I have very little food at home, so I need to make sure I've got enough for tomorrow and Tuesday, because I won't have a chance to shop before Tuesday, as in Tuesday after work. But that's like the main goal, just to make sure I'm prepared for tomorrow, and then unpacking and sorting stuff and all that can wait till Tuesday. Nothing else is urgent. I did get back and find 2 different packages, both of which I think are from the Cancer Research UK run, which I'm doing. But those are to be opened on my running video, and again, not tonight. My plan for food tonight, I know I've got eggs and I know I've got garlic bread, so I'm gonna have half garlic bread with 2 eggs, and that should be enough. I'm not giving myself bread because I don't know if I've got enough bread to last the many meals, because I also don't have breakfast, so bread is gonna be my breakfast. And I've not even got milk. So I'm gonna sort myself out, and I don't know, or maybe I'll speak to you again after, but not a priority at the moment. Just gotta sort everything out. Yeah.
That was a trick. I mean, it's not what you would expect from... So good. That's so good.
I'm extremely upset. I've just had a wonderful night. I was gonna come in here guns blazing talking about how good my evening was, and I've come off the tube and I was walking home and I passed a man and he was just stood and I was walking and he basically catcalled me, and I hate it. And for one, I hate it just for hating it, but also I then had to keep looking over my shoulder, which I do anyway, but even more so I was even more afraid that someone was following me home. What fun. And for the record, I was walking like this. So please don't tell women that they need to cover up more, because that's not a fact. Sorry, this is very negative. I just needed to get that off my chest. Now we can talk about the positives. I have had a wonderful evening aside from that. I woke up feeling pretty good, and work was good, and I felt good. I mean, I left the house and I felt good. It was nice weather out and I was just feeling good. And then work ran on a little bit, which meant it was kind of tight between leaving work and getting to my friend on time because we were meeting somewhere. And I ended up being 2 minutes late, which is very unlike me, and I don't like that, but I think she forgave me. And then we went to Allenstein, which I've heard about for years because of Carrie Hope Fletcher, and this was my first time ever going in because of the prices. I had a chai latte, and I really regret having got a hot drink. I only got a hot drink because my friend got a hot drink, and I really wish I hadn't done that because it was expensive and unnecessary because I get hot drinks at work, and the chai latte was incredibly disappointing. So that was a shame. But I also got something at her recommendation called cinnamon social, I think it was called. It wasn't a cinnamon roll, it was something, or a cinnamon bun, it was something else. I think it was called a cinnamon social, and that was amazing, and that was definitely worth every penny. And we were there for a while, sorry, I'm very warm. We were there for quite a while, and then made our way to the theatre to go see Much Ado About Nothing, and it was fantastic. First of all, definitely reasonably priced considering the rest of the prices in that theatre. Amazing seats, front row seats, unbelievable, and just a hilarious, ridiculous, wild show. I knew nothing about it going in. I didn't know it was a comedy, and I don't know the play, like I've never read it. So I was a bit worried because, you know, it's Shakespeare. Excellently done. The actors and the director, so well done, because I could fully follow every moment of it. And it was just such a laugh. Like, there was one whole sequence where my belly was so sore from laughing. And I've got to say, oh, that's my friend. There's just nothing quite like having a good laugh and seeing a friend who you haven't seen in a few months and just really feeling, I don't know what the English word is, like op your gemak, which was very Douglish of me. Very just like at ease, that's the phrase. Content. Like it was so wonderful. I had such a lovely evening, and I'm just very happy. Now, my biggest concern, actually, first of all, you may notice I've been wearing a lot of green today. That's because last night when I went to bed, I was absolutely convinced today was St. Patrick's Day. I'm also wearing the 4-leaf clover earrings. You can't really see. Wow, my hair's a bit of a mess as well. I had just completely convinced myself it was St. Patrick's Day, and I laid out the green clothes and I put on the earrings, and I even said to myself in the morning, as I was putting on the clothes, should I just not double check that it definitely is St. Patrick's Day? And I was like, no, I 100% know it's the 17th. I was just off by a month. Luckily, I didn't do anything too embarrassing, but yeah, just a bit silly. But what I was going to say was I had less bread than I thought I did. So I used it all up today, which means I have nothing for breakfast or for lunch tomorrow. Before we went to Allenstein, I recommended to my friend that we try and use the Too Good To Go app, which I have never used, I've had for years, and it's suddenly sort of last night I was thinking about it again, and today I thought that could be a really good option for getting some food, but also having extra food for breakfast at least, maybe even lunch. And we did give it a go, but I needed to add my payment card, which I hadn't done yet, and so she said, why don't I do it? So I cancelled, and then in the meantime, before she got it up, someone else got it, which is a real shame. So tomorrow morning, I'm hoping that the shop that I always pass sort of on my way to work or back from will be open, and I'll just see if I can get like a packet of bagels or croissants or something that I can have both for breakfast and for lunch. But it is almost 11 now, and I'm still not 100%, and it was hard. That was the one thing I think I didn't love. As you walked into the theatre, absolutely fantastic atmosphere, but really loud music, which meant that you had to really project to be heard. I even, to a close friend, and I just don't enjoy environments like that. I find that it doesn't feel good for me, and I can feel it, and you can probably hear it. I've still got a cold, and I especially am not happy about the way my throat feels. So I'm gonna try and wind down as quickly as I can and just get to bed, and then tomorrow's another day, and I will do a proper shop when I get back from work, and yeah, we'll see where we go from there. I'll open, well, again, that's for the running video, but I'll open the running stuff, and yeah, we're just gonna have a good time tomorrow night, I hope. I'm tired, but I've had a great night. Yay.
Hello. When I think there's something in my throat. When I had my birthday and I turned the age I am now, the most recent birthday, I felt pretty good. I like the number I'm turning, or that I am, and I was looking forward to the year ahead. And I was also very excited. I've got something in my throat, just bear with. Oh, my battery's dying, and water didn't help at all, that's fantastic. When it was New Year's, I was also very excited because 2025 is a lovely number and it's just perfect, and it just felt like this was going to be a really good year. We are now in the middle of February, sorry, I'm going to have to talk fast because I don't want the battery to cut me out. And I feel like it's a really pivotal year already, and I feel like there's lots of exciting things happening and very special things, and I feel so grateful to be alive and experiencing this and be who I am. I'm so grateful that I am the way I am, and I think I'll talk about things in more detail at some point. Things will reveal themselves in due course. But this week especially has felt very pivotal in a really good way, and I'm very excited to see sort of what it leads to. And yeah, I just feel this is nothing to do with a job, by the way, like an acting job, but I just feel very positive, and yeah, it's very special to feel this way. I feel busy, I feel very busy, but in a really good way, and I'm very excited for all the things that are currently coming my way, and just for the way life is at the moment. I'm, very pleased. I just wanted to share that, and I will maybe see you tomorrow. I'm going Hello. I've just come back from my grandma's where my cousin was hosting me, and it was so lovely. First of all, it was just nice to like hang out and catch up, but also the food we made was so good. I'd left it all up to my cousin, and I honestly didn't know if she even remembered because I hadn't heard anything from her, but as I was leaving work, I just sent her a text to say I should be, about an hour. And she tried to get me to guess what she'd bought. And initially I thought, based off her clues, maybe falafel or something, which honestly I'm not a huge fan of. So I was a little concerned, and she was telling me about how she considered making a mushroom risotto, which I do like mushroom and I don't mind risotto, but I can only have like very small portions of it. So I was a bit worried. But in the end, she said Mexican, and I was so happy. I've been thinking about buying wraps and making like a wrap for actual weeks now, and for whatever reason it just hasn't come to pass. And she'd bought an avocado, some peppers, onion, beans, tomatoes, a couple of other things, I think, cheese, and just made such a satisfying meal. And it was very simple and very easy to recreate, and like the actual work was just in the building of the wrap, which we each did for our own. It was just so tasty. It made me very happy. And then for dessert, she melted a Cadbury's chocolate bar and had bought some strawberries, which were really good, surprisingly good. And again, it's like she read my mind because I'd recently been seeing stuff on Instagram to do with chocolates and strawberries, and it's really got me in the mood, but I can't really be bothered. I think I just don't want to pay for it. I don't know. But the fact that she'd just done it, and as I say, that the strawberries were good, because that's hit or miss, it was just very satisfying. All round, a really lovely evening. But what has come to pass as a result is that I'm going to work for her tomorrow, and we were kind of joking about it to begin with, and then it's sort of, I could tell that she was a bit more serious about it, and I wasn't really against it. I don't have any plans for tomorrow, except for the fact that I really want to go on a run in the morning and wash my hair. Admittedly, the washing my hair, I suppose I can do after the work, but the run, I suppose I could even do the run after the work, because I should be finished by 4. No, I think I'd still prefer to do the run in the morning, and she said anyway that they need an extra hand, specifically in the afternoon. So much for my lie-in tomorrow. I'll still get more of a lie-in than I have been, but not as much as I was hoping for. But it's alright, I've got Friday off as well, so not a problem. And in fact, aside from my run on Sunday and I'm working after the run, I've theoretically got tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday off. So I'm not going to be exhausted.
hopefully. So yeah, I think the plan is tomorrow to wake up on time to be able to do, I would say like a 7-kilometer run, I think is my goal. Somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour, I reckon. And then shower if I've got time, go to work, come back from work, and then still have the evening free. So that should be nice. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. And I finally managed to drop off some things that I wanted to drop off at my grandma's and also collect some things that I wanted to collect. So feeling good about that. All right. Yay.
Hello. I think I've already spoken about this week and how I feel like it's really pivotal, but again, today has just felt momentous. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration, but I just feel like there's so much happening, but it's really good. And I just feel really positive and like glowing. Life is crazy. Life just as in like the general concept of life. Like things happen and you go about sort of day by day and it's busy and you're working, and then all of a sudden a week like this comes along and you're just like, what is going on? What is happening? But in the best possible way. Sometimes in a not so best possible way, but in this case, a really best possible way. And it just feels really positive. I feel like I'm being really vague, and it's not because I necessarily have anything to hide. It's just because the specifics aren't such a big deal. But potentially, if they lead to anything, then I'll mention it. I'm just very happy. I think I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee, which I've not done in a while. I've got very little milk left, though. I need to buy some more milk. I need to do a lot of shopping, but there's a reason why I haven't. And I'm going to do it this evening, hopefully before Shabbat. And that reason will be explained as well, shortly, probably. Potentially before you watch this. We'll see. Maybe in the next clip. Who knows? Gosh, I'm being vague, aren't I? Wow. Everything will be revealed. I'll just tell you that much. Hello, my mum sent me a parcel. She didn't actually say why. I'm presuming it's because of the race, but I don't know. So I'm gonna open it on camera. It feels like clothing, which is a little bit concerning because I don't really want more clothes. But let's find out what it is. It's a really big bag for whatever it's gonna be. It doesn't feel like there's a lot in there. Oh, it definitely feels like clothes. Oh, that's really cute, actually. Okay, fine, I forgive her. That's really cute. And it's so true, like, I've really become the stereotypical runner in the sense of, like, I'm always letting people know that I'm running. I really like that. It's so true, it's so true. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna send her a message. I mean, I really don't need more tops, but it is very funny. I like it a lot. Thank you. I mean, I think she sometimes watches these videos, so thank you. Hello. It is Saturday night. I've had a very chill day. I sort of prepared everything for the run tomorrow, and all of that will be in a separate video, although obviously I didn't film anything while I was prepping today, but race day will all be in a separate video. And then I did some other like tidying and clearing and organising bits and bobs. And then I started reading a physical book. I was just really in the mood to read a book. I've been in the mood to read a physical book for a while now, but every time I think about it, it's near the end of the month. And it's near the end of the month now, but this one's quite short, so I figured I'd be able to handle it. I mean, I've still got just under a week, so we should be all right. I don't have a bookmark, and I don't know why, because I know I have bookmarks. But it's 151 pages, and I'm 57 pages in, so just over a third. It's called Wie niet weg is, wordt gezien, and it's a Dutch book, and I have no idea how it fell into my possession. It's about the Second World War in Holland. I actually had no idea. I knew it was about the Second World War just based off the cover, but actually I hadn't read the blurb or anything. I had no idea what I was getting into. But I don't think this is mine. So I'm going to message my father and see if he knows where it's from, because it's actually got an inscription from the author from, I think, the year 1982. And this book was published in 81. So I don't know. But I'm enjoying reading a physical book. I'm enjoying reading in Dutch. It's quite simple writing, I would say. It's kind of from the perspective of kids, I would say. I'm occasionally getting a bit confused between, like, which character they're referring to. And it took me a while to realise it was written in the third person and not the first. But it's definitely... I don't want to say I'm enjoying it, because at the end of the day, it's a World War II book. But, like, I'm finding it very interesting. Because even though, obviously, I grew up hearing a lot of stories about the Second World War and, you know, how it affected people, especially in Holland, this feels like a much more tangible, I suppose, way of hearing about it. And also, I think just like the world we're living in, I'm already feeling so much more, I don't know if isolated is the right word, but definitely getting that feeling of like, oh my gosh, there is something about being Jewish that people just don't like. And reading this now it just feels like, but this could happen. And that's also scary and wild. Because you're reading this and you're thinking, how is this possible? And then you're looking around at the world you're currently living in, and not just with Jewish people, but, you know, black people or transgender people, you know, any marginalized group. You're thinking, actually, yeah, I can see how this could be possible. Anyway, I will talk more about this probably in my favorites once I finished it, and also end of year book wrap up stuff. But that's where we're at for now. But I actually wanted to talk to you because my mum has sent another package. She did tell me there was another small thing coming. And I'm very curious. It feels, I'd say like a pouch or something. Let's find out. I put my hand like all over the sticky bit. You're meant to tear it off, I think. I failed. Oh, there's 2 things in there. Or a few. Okay, hang on. Aww. I was just gonna check if I'd left anything. No. So I've just seen that. I don't know if you can read it. But that's already cute. And then I noticed there's some like, there's a couple of things in here, but I noticed there were some letters as well. So I'm just gonna see what it says. This one says, "We are so proud of you running a 10-kilometer run for cancer charity. You are inspirational. Good luck for the run and hope it goes well. Love you so much. Big hugs from everyone." Aww. And then another one that says, "We believe in you." Aww. All our love and hugs. I do have to laugh at the fact, and then these are just receipts, I think. So there is a pouch. I do get the impression that my mum just likes to have fun on Amazon, but it's cute. You know what? I always tell her she's not allowed to buy me gifts, and so when occasions like this come up, I can forgive it if she wants to get me gifts, you know, and I appreciate it. Oh, this must be a key ring, I think. Oh, I'm gonna guess. Oh, another bag and so, this is, I'm curious. Is there something else in here? No, okay. So it's really gorgeous. Oh, you can't, can you read that? It says, "She believed she could, so she did." And they look like tags, but I'm not entirely sure what they're meant to go on. I wonder if it explains it. Well, let's have a look at the other pouch, because that's also obviously got something, so maybe that's connected. I'm so curious. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a key ring, and it says, "When your legs get tired, run with your heart." That's very cute. I like that. Gosh, now I've really got to commit to being more of a runner. This can't be my last run. So I'm wondering what this is for. Maybe I'll need to ask her. And then I don't know if this is something, because it looks like there is something on the back, so I'm just going to open it. Maybe it's a magnet? Oh, huh? Oh, what? What's that? Is this, I don't think this is magnetic. I could just put it by my windowsill though. This looks like maybe it's meant to go, and then this was part of it, but I'm wondering if that was just a like decorative piece. I wonder, this is really sweet. So like theoretically, I think, I haven't done this perfectly, but you could probably like tie that somewhere. But I think for now I'll probably just leave it by my windowsill with all my cards and stuff. That's really sweet. I feel nervous about tomorrow, but also obviously very excited. And I'm so glad my friend is gonna come, because it would be, like I mean, I've done lots of things on my own, I would manage, but it's nice to have someone there, because obviously these kinds of moments, if nothing, like I would love to be able to share with my parents. And obviously that's not gonna happen, and you know, hasn't really happened for the last 5 years, longer even. I think the only sort of major moment that my parents have been able to physically be a part of, and actually that was only my mum, was my graduation last year. And I'm so glad she was there for that. And I know that also like a big part of it has just been COVID, but it's a shame that they won't be there tomorrow. And it's nice to feel this support, you know, from them anyway. And they've been so supportive throughout, you know, with everything. And I'm very grateful to them for sort of being the way that they are and raising me the way that they have. Right, I'm gonna eat some food. And I think I'm going to try and have an early night, although it's still very early, 7:30, so probably still up for a few more hours. I don't know if I'll speak to you tomorrow, because I think everything will just be in that separate video, but maybe in the evening I could chat to you after work, because I'm going to work after the race, because that's who I am as a person. Right, bye. Right, I was just like clearing up the like bits and bobs of the wrapping paper and stuff, and it looks as though this is to do with shoelaces, and I'm not quite sure how, but maybe I can look that up, because it's a very cute idea. If I can put these on for tomorrow, I would like that. But I very much don't want them to get in the way, so let's be careful with it.